President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has issued a directive for the creation of an advisory board with government agencies, international ship owners and other stakeholders in an effort to address several concerns on the deployment of Filipino seafarers. This following a meeting with the International Maritime Employers Council and European Union transport officials on the sidelines of the ASEAN-EU summit in Brussels, Belgium. Patrick De Jesus gives us an update live. Good evening, Patrick.
Yes, Joey, good afternoon here from Brussels. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has a tight schedule today on his second day here in Brussels, Belgium, before his participation at the 45th EU-ASEAN Commemorative Summit tomorrow. Earlier today, the President had a meeting with the International Maritime Employers Council, or IMEC, and other executives and leaders of European shipping companies and associations. Following this, Joey, President Marcos issued a directive for the creation of an advisory board with government agencies, international ship owners, and other stakeholders. This to address the concerns on the deployment of Filipino seafarers. In the same meeting, he gave the assurance to European Union transport officials that the Philippine government is working hard to address the certification issues of Pinoy seafarers to make them compliant with the standards training, certification, and watchkeeping convention, as well as to the European Maritime Safety Agency, or EMSA. To recall, the EU flagged the Philippines for some deficiencies in the training and education of our local seafarers that may put the jobs of 50,000 Filipino seafarers working in European vessels at risk. Meanwhile, Joey, the President arrived at the ASEAN-EU Business Summit earlier, where he met with ASEAN officials in preparation for the summit proper later today. The President was accompanied by members of the Philippine delegation. Joey, we just got an update that President Marcos has met with the King Philip of Belgium at the Royal Palace here in Brussels. After that, he is scheduled to deliver a remark to the 10th ASEAN-EU Business Summit at 5 o'clock in the afternoon here, or midnight there in the Philippines. That's the latest. Live here from Brussels, Belgium, Patrick De Jesus for The Nation.
That's a much anticipated meeting. Do update us later. Thank you, Patrick De Jesus.